All Elite Wrestling, it's more than a name, it is like a mission. The company is skyrocketing thanks to the elite talent joining its roster, including this gentleman you see sitting next to me, the styling, profiling, limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling and dealing son of a gun himself. That's right, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Nature's in the Twin Cities for AEW Dynamite and Rampage at the Target Center. Sir, I gotta bow to you. No. It is an honor. I grew up watching you. So many people out there grew up watching you, and they're still watching you now. Thank you, and welcome to Minneapolis.
Thank you.
So from what I understand, you have a history here in Minnesota. Yeah, talk about that.
Well, I was born in Memphis, adopted. My dad was a physician here in Minneapolis at both Fairview and Abbott Northwestern. So I grew up in Golden Valley, and then my parents eventually moved over to Edina, right off Wooddale by Southdale. Mm-hmm. And I went to high school in Wisconsin, then came back, of course, during the summers. And I left here in '74 to move to Charlotte and never came back.
Yeah, and the rest is history.
Yeah, the rest is history.
Yeah, we're going to claim you as Minnesota's own.
I never left Charlotte.
We're going to claim you as Minnesota's own, Ric Flair. And we were talking before the interview started. You said you've actually wrestled here in the studio before, because a long time ago this was.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
This wrestling was hosted here. Yeah.
I was shocked when the young lady said that was it. Yeah, I sure did.
Yeah, it was AWA.
I started here in 1972.
Yeah, AWA, All-Star Wrestling used to have matches here, Bobby the Brain Heenan.
The great Vern Gagne, yes.
Yeah, that is fantastic. Mm-hmm. So welcome back to your old stomping grounds, I guess I could say.
So really at home now.
You're in AEW now.
Yes.
Talk about that. What has it been like moving over to this company? What has it been like in the locker room? How is everybody responding to you?
Oh, it's been great. Everybody's just been very, very, very friendly and respectful, and treated me great. I didn't anticipate it being any other way, but it's worked out. And actually, there's so many guys here that have worked for the WWE that are over here now. That it's almost like being home between Edge, and now it's Adam Copeland, but Christian and the Hardys, and I've been good friends with them forever.
Oh, you're an in-demand person. Yeah. I know people are trying to blow up your phone, but
sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, but it's been familiar for you. It's feeling familiar.
Yes.
How does it compare to? I mean, you've been with so many promotions over the years. How does AEW now compare to everywhere else you've been over the 4 decades you've been doing this?
5.
5 decades. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, I think they're phenomenal. They, the biggest difference is, of course, the longevity, the head start that WWE has had, and the tremendous success that they've had, and Richard Vince, paved the way for all of this. But they're not far behind. You know what I mean? Give them a couple of years, and they'll be right there in the same level. They're growing, and as a matter of fact, they're probably on the equal level right now in Europe. They do so well in Europe, and I think they had the biggest crowd in the history of Wembley Stadium for an event several months ago, and now they're going back again in, I believe, August. Right. I have to ask my Q guy over there.
Yeah, they had a major, massive show over there, sold out.
81,000 legitimate sales. I mean, that's huge.
Really, really successful.
Yeah.
What does the future of for you in AEW look like? I mean, you had some interactions with Christian Cage the other day. He gave you a bit of a low blow. Out there on ringside. What does it look like for you? What is your role going to be here in AEW moving forward?
I'm just here to do whatever I can to, whatever I'm here for. Is like Pedro Morales would say, I'm ready for any kind of action. Obviously, I'll be here, and really, as sad as I'll be, I'm really looking forward to, standing side by side with Sting all the way until he retires. I believe it's in March. That'll be really a huge moment, and I think knowing Tony Khan like I do, and the way Tony handles things, it'll make the retirement so special. It'll be a moment he'll never forget.
And that's great. You're mixing it up with another legend in Sting. You guys go way, way back.
We probably wrestled each other 1,500 times.
1,500 times.
Yeah. We talked about it the other day because we did it for so long. 80s, 90s, 2000, you know, so.
How is he still, Ric Flair, a man in demand right
No.
here. People are blowing up his phone. How is he still going? He's 64 years old.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
How is he still, and he's having some great matches
Yeah,
out there.
yes, he sure is, because he's got the gift, man. He's got the gene, and he takes good care of himself, and, you know, he's got it here, and God bless him, man. He's doing it as good as not as good as he once did, but he's damn near. He's really doing well, and I'm so happy for him to be that active and to be able to participate at this level at his age is a phenomenal feat.
So, I mean, he's 64 and doing it. You are how old?
I'm 74 now.
You're 74.
I'm 10 years older. Yeah.
Will you be stepping back in that ring anytime
No,
soon?
no,
You're done.
no.
That's it for you.
I might have some outside activity on the floor, but I don't think I'll be getting in the ring.
Okay, so no more matches.
That's
for
what I
Ric
wouldn't
Flair.
want. No more matches. No.
Not that you wouldn't want to. You would
Let's
do it in a
clarify.
heartbeat,
I
right?
would do it in a second. Yeah.
That is awesome. So you're in the locker room now. There's a lot of younger, up and coming superstars in there. What advice are you giving them? What are you telling these young and upcoming wrestlers about the industry, about the business, about making it as a superstar?
You know, I don't really do that too much anymore because if you want to know the truth, and it's sad, but I think it's the same way in not just wrestling but other sports. The kids, the younger generation, looks more at what the fans are saying. Social media. I mean, and they're sensitive. I mean, everybody's sensitive if it's hurtful, you know, what you can be. But I quit giving advice when somebody would ask me something, then I saw him walk over and ask someone 20 years younger, same question. So, you know, I'm only going to tell them once, if he asks, you know. And they really don't ask. Actually, the people still ask me to watch their match and give them my critiques. I do that. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm delighted when someone asks me that. Somebody just asked me that last week. I have to think about it. But I love to help them out. I've had so much experience and wrestled so many different kinds of personalities and different body types and different styles. And I'm honored when they ask me, and I like being able to give them advice.
Do you think the industry's in a good place right now?
Oh yes, yes.
Why so?
Both companies are rocking and rolling.
Yeah, a lot of young talent, a lot of young superstars.
A lot of young talent, yeah, and good talent too, real good, for both companies. So and All Elite. I mean, like I say, the only difference between AEW and WWE right now is really the time and the distance and the longevity of the WWE, which has been kicking ass for how many years now. So, but Tony's right behind him, man, and Tony's got money.
He certainly does.
Yeah, he's got money, and he's in a good mood because the Jaguars are winning.
Yes.
And the soccer team is winning, and he's in a good mood.
He's in a good place right now, no doubt about
He's
that.
got lots of money, as a matter of fact.
Maybe you can give me some, we can see. Is there any match that you're looking for, any feud that you're looking forward to here in AEW?
Well, I like the thing we're in right now with Adam Copeland. I can't get that.
Adam Copeland,
I'm trying to say that. With Adam and Christian, and I don't think it's been determined yet who Sting's opponent will be for his last match, but it'll be interesting, and I'm sure they'll build a storyline that really, really, really impresses the people, holds their attention, and will make people watch every week to follow each step of it along the way.
Right. Yeah, and Adam and Christian, I mean, they go way back, so there's a lot of history
they're
there
best friends.
to build on. Exactly.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised at all to see him come here. Why not finish with your best friend, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
He doesn't need the money or anything like that. I think he just wanted to be with Christian, and that speaks volumes for what kind of guy Edge is. And he's a special dude, man.
He is.
Yeah.
For the love of the sport here.
Yeah, to come back from a broken neck and then.
And to still go at it.
Yep.
And do it at a high level as well.
Yeah, at a very high level.
No doubt about that. So I got to ask you about this, because you've been You've been through it. You've lived a life. You've been struck by lightning. You've been in a plane crash. You've had kidney failure, congestive heart failure, medically induced coma. So a lot of people ask, how the hell is Ric Flair still alive? How are you still alive and kicking right now?
You know, right there,
The man above.
one above, yeah. I mean, he's pulled me out of some tough ones. The one in 17 was really rough when I got sick.
Yeah.
But, now my doctor tells me, because they know that I'm not going to quit drinking. That's a no-no. They just tell me to drink more water. Actually, to go from total kidney failure to my kidneys being totally normal as can be
Wow.
is a miracle in itself. And my doctor says drink more water.
Man, that's the man.
Stay hydrated.
That's
yeah.
the man above looking out for you.
Yeah, no kidding. Thank God.
What has that all taught you about life? Those near-death experiences. What has that taught you about life?
Oh God! Number one, the easiest question is to always make sure the people that you generally care about in life know that you love them. That's the first thing. Because boy, if you live through something like that, you say, "Oh my God, who did I not? Who was I at odds with?" The second thing is that nothing is worth harboring unless it's something that was like a crime committed or something, or someone's killed somebody. I'm just saying in normal life, it's not worth carrying on a grudge or carrying on or living in the past. You know, you've got to think contemporarily, and you've got to think about today, and just attack each day and be positive and be thankful for the fact, in my case, to be here and be part of it. I mean, I'm thrilled. I mean, to think that I started here in 1972 and tomorrow night at 74, I'll be in the Target Center again. Are you kidding me? That's a big deal.
That's life coming full circle.
Yeah, in February I'll be 75, man. To think that Ric Flair lived for 75, if I make it, that's nothing. That's not a given.
You are going to make it.
Yeah, but lived there three-quarters of a century is scary.
But it's also a blessing as
Yeah,
well.
it is a blessing, but it's scary. Everybody wants my organs donated to see what made this cat tick for so long.
But not yet.
Not yet.
You're
no,
not gone yet.
Hope not.
I want to talk about your sense of style, because you came in here just with so much drip. I mean, you got the coat going, you got the chains going. What is the Ric Flair style?
Well, I had to come back to Minneapolis in style, so I went and got the custom-made cashmere with the mink collar. And the change in jewelry, I've just always worn that stuff. I mean, that's kind of where the rapper came up with the drip stuff. And then now I wear this because it's attached to my pacemaker. I got one of these too.
Okay.
I have another toy part of my body. And the alligators, heck, I got to wear the alligators. Is my favorite saying. Having a hard time holding these alligators down.
You are just from head to toe.
Oh, I got something really nice for the fans tomorrow night.
Ooh.
Yeah, I had this one custom made too.
Okay, more of an incentive to show up tomorrow. We're gonna talk about that later on, and where you can get tickets and all that.
I can't walk out in Minneapolis not styling and profiling.
Especially, you got to come back home. You got to be showing out for sure. I want to ask you about your daughter, Charlotte.
Yes.
How proud are you of her? I mean, she's one of the best in the world right now at what she does.
The best.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of her. It's just hard to believe how good she is, number one. And I'll start crying if I think about it. But she just has achieved and gone. I mean, she's left she is better than I ever was by a long shot. And she's a better athlete. She's a great person. She's a role model for kids. I mean, I don't know what else I can say about her. And she's the best female wrestler of all time, and I've seen them all. And that's not a prejudiced remark. That's just the truth. She, at 5'10" or 5'11" and 150 pounds, she does stuff that Rey Mysterio does. You know what I mean?
I know.
Yeah, it's scary.
Moonsaults
you,
and
you see the
flips.
moonsault off the cage? Mm-hmm. Survivor Series, my God. Mm-hmm. I'd be afraid to stand up there.
Same. Couldn't be me.
Yeah.
But she's able to do that.
I mean, it's unreal.
Mm-hmm. I can see the tears in your eyes when you talk about her. It means a lot, doesn't it? She means a lot to you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what she's doing, just so proud of her.
Yes, very proud.
Mm-hmm. And your son-in-law as well.
Yeah, man.
You're proud of him as well, aren't you?
He's with us. I see him.
Yeah, with
periodically.
AEW. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's great too, boy. Mm-hmm. He's another in-ring talent that's literally generational. He's really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I want you to go back. Are there any matches or feuds in your very long, illustrious career that you look back at and you're like, okay, damn, that was a good one. That was one that, when they write the story of Ric Flair, that's the one that I want on the first page?
Well, there actually are three. Be Dusty, mm-hmm. Sting, and Steamboat. Mm-hmm. Those are probably my three favorite. I've had a lot of them, but
yeah.
And then get in and have my last match with Shawn Michaels, who is the best performer in the history of our business, and still is today. I mean, he's not working, but there's no one like him yet. Mm-hmm. There's no one like Steamboat. So, and that's saying a lot, because if a lot of guys have come along, but to click like those two guys, boy, I don't know.
Yeah.
They're few and far between.
I still remember that Mania 24 match, and
yeah.
you saying, come on, and he saying, I'm sorry, I love you.
Yeah.
I mean, that still, to this day, brings a tear to your eye watching.
Mine too.
Yeah.
I cried for about a month after that. My career was over.
Yeah, that was beautiful storytelling. Speaking of feuds, what's going on with you and Paul Feinbaum? What's that all about? In terms of you and Michigan, you're supporting Michigan. And if for you, well, those of you out there that don't know, Paul Feinbaum, he's a college football commentator, and you were praising Michigan, and he was like, oh, you're old and you're washed up. And you said, well, why don't you come over and sit front row over at AEW, and I'll show you a couple of things. What's going on there?
Well, I like Paul personally.
Okay.
It's just jealous, but I think if you look back in the history of his thought process about the University of Michigan, and then, I think that it's not fair to talk about, the word alleged makes you guilty. Alleged. I can guarantee that Jim Harbaugh, no matter what coach that was not aware of anything, he's not that guy. He's not that guy. And then when Paul said that that he wouldn't be welcomed in the NFL, are you kidding me? He could sign with any team tomorrow he wanted to. But I mean, and Michigan, I just hope for Michigan. It happens periodically, but something goes awry, and of all places you would never think there. But I can tell you, knowing Jim since 1989, he's not capable of being aware of anything like that. And coaches do things to try and gain favor in their coaches' eyes, or to do something, and coaches don't even know about it. I mean, you think about it. There's 100 kids out there playing football every day, and he just makes everybody feel special about themselves. Mm-hmm. And he's dealt with some personal issues, with health issues with his kids, and man, he's just never wavered. Mm-hmm. Same with John. John Harbaugh's another wonderful guy.
Yeah, you've known them both for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim longer, but John, yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm. Really quick, you think Michigan going all the way, championship? I know people here in Minnesota probably don't want to hear that, but.
No, I don't think Minnesota would begrudge that.
Okay.
Here's another thing. It's kind of like what really upset me with Paul is when Desmond Howard was saying that they had won 2 Big Ten championships. And Paul said, well, in other words, like a Big Ten championship doesn't mean anything. Mm-hmm. Well, it does. Obviously, a national championship means more, but not everybody can be Big Ten champions.
That is true.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big deal. Mm-hmm. So
we get that. We're in Big Ten country, so we get that.
Yes, I know. And I don't think, I think Paul he lives and dies in the Southeast Conference, and that's great. But the Big Ten is still here. And they're just wonderful schools and wonderful athletes here. And they deserve to be acknowledged just as much as everybody in the SEC. And I lived right in the middle of SEC country,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I love how we ventured into football. This is great. I love that we're all over the place talking about everything. Let's get back to the wrestling. Let's get back to 2024, Ric Flair, AEW.
He probably could be coaching the Vikings next year.
We'll see.
After last night.
We'll see. Last night, well, we don't want to get into that. That's a whole other discussion.
No, I watched it painfully.
2024 for Ric Flair and AEW, what does that look like?
God, I don't know. No, it's a surprise every day. I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. I just get to the building and they tell me, and I don't stress out about it anymore. If I was wrestling, I would be more concerned. But no, I just try to get my workout in and be at peace with myself and go and have a good time. If I'm not having a good time, I can't perform at a good level. And that's just like when I went through all that stuff at the end of WCW, I was miserable.
Right.
And I performed like I felt, insecure, what's the word I'm looking for? Self-confidence is a huge issue in any aspect of life. But when you lose self-confidence as an athlete, it's really hard to function.
Yeah.
Really hard to function. So I lost it all, and then with the help of Triple H and Vince, I got it back a little bit, and then you just always wonder, it comes and goes, but here I don't have to worry about that. I'm in a friendly environment, couldn't be working for a nicer guy, and I just come to work and smile.
And you're having fun.
And I'm having fun.
And that's what matters
Yep.
here. So
And
speaking
I'm
of,
talking to you today.
Yeah,
How
and-
lucky am I?
doesn't get more fun than this, right?
Nope.
Here at Care 11,
I
right
know.
back in your old stomping grounds.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about AEW. Target Center, November 29th, if we could put up the information here. So that's tomorrow. Starts at 6:30, and tickets start at $20 if you want to attend. Rick is going to be a part of the show. So many superstars are part of that show. Rick, before we go here, Thanksgiving just last week, what are you thankful for as we wrap up here?
God, I'm thankful for everything. My children, the fact that I'm even here after some of the health issues I've had. And I'm thankful for the opportunity to be able to participate in the only thing I've ever been really good at.
Professional
And
wrestling.
that's the truth. Yeah, professional wrestling. 52 years, man.
Your first and would you say your only love? Or one of your many loves?
Well, I loved a couple of my ex-wives. They tolerated me through my career.
Right.
You don't go home for 6 months as hard as stay married.
I bet.
When I was a world champion, I'd literally be gone 6 months at a time when I was NWA
Man.
champion.
Yeah.
So,
That takes love.
but yeah, I love wrestling. I love to watch it. I love to participate in it. I wish social media wouldn't be so hard on people, but that's just the way the world is now. But yeah, I'm happy to be here. But most of all, the love for my children and then my family, and yeah, that's it.
Well, we are thankful for you still doing what you're doing.
Thank you, sir.
The legend, Ric Flair.
I'm honored. Thank
Man,
you.
diamonds are forever, and so is Ric Flair.
Thank you.
Ain't that the
that's
truth?
trademark too.
Yeah, I've had. Woo! I waited until the end. I didn't want to woo you to death. Woo! Woo! Rick, you're awesome. Thank you, sir.
Channel 11.
Appreciate it.